Yeah.
But we can start so that we don't waste time of those who have already joined. Hitesh, is that okay? I think we lost Hitesh. Okay. So meanwhile, jab tak others are joining in, we can actually start our discussion. I would suggest two ways of going about it. One is that if you have queries, we can take the queries right away, or maybe I can just quickly run you through the policy, how to read the insurance premium table, and then maybe we can take you through the salient features, and then we can take the questions. So how do you think is better? Do you have questions which we can address right away?
I think it would be a good idea if you can, quickly run through all the salient features and then we'll come up with questions.
Right. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, so please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so this is the FAQ document that we have shared. Just 1 second, I think somebody is joining in. Okay, so this is the FAQ document that we have already shared on various groups, and it is also available on the website. And it is also, we've tried to put it across wherever possible on WhatsApp groups as well as Facebook and all. Although Facebook in most of the times is not allowing me to publish some of our posts because it has all the insurance premium payment links and all that stuff is there. So sometimes it is just not allowing. So nonetheless, Facebook is not our official medium of communication. All right. So I will just quickly take you through the process, how we have kind of made this table and what is how to read this table, how we can identify what premium actually works for us. So see, S is for self, SP is for spouse, C is for one child, CC is for two children, uh, and P is for one parent, PP is for two parents. Okay, so now let's say I want to buy this policy only for myself. I go to self and I look at the premium amount. It is 4850 plus GST comes out to 5723. If let's say I want to buy this policy for myself and one parent, I go to S plus P. It is here. And I look at the premium amount, and this is the premium plus the GST amount. Now, let's say I'm married, I have one child and I have two parents. So self plus spouse plus one child plus two parents. The policy amount is 19,736 plus the GST amount, which is 23,288. Okay. So is this clear? Are you now in a much better position to read the premium table?
One small question on this, please.
Yeah. Sorry.
One small question. Me and my wife are both Irmans, right?
Right.
So I want to buy a policy which is for self,
Right.
two children, and my two parents, or my one child and two parents.
So see, what I would recommend in this case is, let's say self plus child plus two parents is self plus child plus two parents. So it actually does not matter here because we will have to go for this one only, and the premium amount will be the maximum amount that is there. So whether you add your spouse or you don't add your spouse, the premium amount remains the same. So what we are recommending to everybody is that, let's say we are taking this policy, so you take it for self plus spouse plus child plus two parents. And if your wife also wants to take this policy, then she can take it separately also. But see, the idea is that since the premium is the same, whether you add her or you don't add her, it is recommended that you add her. जब जिसको जरूरत होगी तब ले सकते हैं, नहीं
both of us,
डालेंगे आप तो
both of us can take the last one. Self
Yeah,
plus
yeah.
spouse plus two children plus both parents.
Yes, absolutely. So your cover becomes 10 actually in that case.
Sure.
Okay. So I have run you through the premium table. If you still have questions, do let me know. We can come back to it.
Actually, I have another suggestion here. The question
Yes.
of the gentleman.
Yeah.
Your wife actually should take it, and she should cover her parents also. So though,
Yeah, I agree.
that could be another way of covering more people into it.
So
I was about to
absolutely,
say
when
that.
she takes that, when she takes that, it will be her parents only.
Yes,
So
yes,
somebody who's
yes.
taking it, basically you will be adding your parents to it and not your in-laws.
Sure, appreciate it. Thank you.
Cool. Okay. So I'm quickly running you through the salient features of the policy. See, there is no age-wise premium loading, which means that whether I am 25 years old or I'm 40 or I'm 60, the premium amount is the same for everybody for this particular policy. And the premium offered is for various combinations of the family, like I've already explained. The lowest premium is 4850 for self to rupees 19,736 for a family of 6, including 2 parents. The most important and the best feature of this policy is that there is 0 waiting period, which means that if today I take this policy, I can actually get admitted into the hospital tomorrow and I can use the services or the offerings that the policy offers to me. It also has a provision that when we are taking this policy, there is no pre-medical checkup or any test that would be needed. So which means that people with any pre-existing disease are actually incorporated or taken in on the policy. Then 30 days pre and 60 days post hospitalization expenses are allowed. Which means that if, let's say, today I am going to the hospital for some particular kind of a procedure, 30 days before that, if I am doing some procedure and 60 days post the hospitalization procedures, those expenses will be taken care of. The next point is that this is a 5 lakh family floater policy. This means that there are, if let's say 5 of us are taking this policy, then in this case, anyone can use any amount out of that 5 lakh kitty. So let's say I am admitted, I need 2 lakhs. And if let's say my family may say somebody, my husband is admitted, he needs 2 lakhs, but somebody else needs 1 lakh. All of us put together can use that 5 lakh. It does not matter who uses what, but what matters is that a total of 5 lakh will be given to us in this case. The next point is that the room rent cap is 10,000, which means 10,000 per day actually, which means that whatever hospital you are choosing, you will be given a the room rent of up to 10,000 per day will be taken care of. Not more than that, but if it is,
I'm
yes.
sorry. You said it's You said it's 5 lakh family floater policy.
Right.
So if one person falls sick, and he's entitled for 5 lakh rupees. If 2 people fall sick at the same time, then also the total is 5 lakhs?
Correct.
Okay.
So the total is 5 lakh. Okay. Okay, I will continue now. Please stop me anywhere in between. Absolutely happy to clarify. See, the ICU cap is 20,000, which means 20,000 per day ICU can be taken up. It depends, no, which kind of an hospital we are looking at. So if we are looking at an expensive hospital, it can be much more than that. But then the maximum amount that the insurance company will give to us is 20,000 per day. Then this particular premium that we are paying, that we have seen here in this table, we have taken it in such a way, negotiated in such a way that the insurance premium will remain the same for the coming 3 years. So whether you claim or you don't claim, the insurance premium remains the same, which means that there is no claim bonus. That is number one. The other thing, no claim bonus. Okay. But the other thing is that for the coming 3 years, the amount remains the same. It will not be increased even if we claim a lot or whatever may be the case. So this is in case the policy is renewed without break. Okay. Now, the most important thing here is that self is mandatory. See, when we are trying to register for the policy, we have to include ourselves. If we say that, okay, I already have a lot of insurance, I don't want, but I want only my parents. So that doesn't work. You will have to put in yourself and then you can add your parents because self is mandatory. Parent-in-laws are not included even when the spouse is an IRMA alumnus. This actually means that in one single policy, the self will be the primary person. So you will have to take two separate policies if the spouse is an IRMA alumnus, so that she or he can cover her or his parents in the policy. Is this one clear? Because parent-in-laws is one question that really is coming up with everyone. Am I too fast?
No, perfectly fine. Please go ahead.
Cool. All right. Okay. So now children, spouse, and parents. In case of self and spouse being an alumni, self plus children plus parents can be taken by one and self plus parents by the other. So yeah, that combination you can choose how you want to do it. We've already discussed this point. Children, spouse, and parents in the family on the date of the proposal have to be included during the entry year. No subsequent addition of existing family members will be allowed. See, if today I have a child, then I need to include that child right now in the policy. If I don't have, it's perfectly fine. When I have, I will be able to add the newly born child within 30 days of the birth. And similar is the case for a spouse. If I get married, let's say 6 months down the line, within 30 days of marriage, I can add my spouse. But whatever I have right now, I need to add now. If next year I feel, okay, this policy is good, I feel now that it looks better than the others that I have, and I want to add my parents, that will not be allowed. We will have to add everybody now to the policy that we are taking.
I think you can check this
Rishi.
clause because I think most of the group insurance policies allow it next year. In between, it is not allowed. But can you recheck on this point?
I am pretty sure about this clause because see, there is a general thing that happens, and then there are specific clauses that are given and offered by insurance companies on every policy. We have got this one. This is what we have for now. We will not be able to take in and out as and when we need, because see, we have to appreciate the
No.
kind of
Both two things are different. As and when needed is, I'm not talking about that aspect. I'm talking about, next year, same time, if somebody wants to add, one child or, who he or she has not, enrolled this time, that should be allowed.
Abhi, this is not allowed. We will try to negotiate it next year. We'll try to see if this is, if they can add this section to our policy. Right now, this is not included. This is not allowed by our policy.
Okay. And another question is newborn allowed from the day one or the after 30th day?
No, day one. You can add today only. If let's say today the newborn is born, the baby is born, you can add the baby today itself. You can put in, if you want, you can just put in the birth certificate or whatever the hospital is giving, a couple of days here or there, but you can add the newborn immediately.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is that you have to add within 30 days of birth. So if let's say my baby was born today, I have 30 days to add the baby to my policy. Otherwise, after 30 days, we will not be able to add the baby to the policy. Okay.
So you are saying that if somebody has not added in within 30 days, he or she will not be able to add the child ever.
For now, this looks like that.
I think you should negotiate on this point. They will agree it.
see, what happens is, of course, we are going to take care of all these points from next time. Jo bhi aap bol rahe hain, we are making a note of all these points. What I'm telling is, see, right now, this is the situation. It is always important to be aware of what the, plate is offering to us. Jo bhi
Okay.
humko diya gaya hai.
Okay.
So I have a
Post-
question,
Yes.
Richi.
Yeah.
So right now you mentioned that the sum assured is 5 lakhs. And
Right.
May I
as of
request
now,
over here, like, excuse me, may I request all the participants when they are putting the question, if they can share their batch numbers
yeah.
and the
So
name,
I'm
name
Princey.
and
I'm from
location,
PRM 28. And
28.
I'm in Delhi. Yeah. So my question is basically, if we are currently what we are looking at is a particular policy which in which all the terms and conditions are static for a period of 3 years, which means our sum assured is also going to be static for 3 years. There won't be any increase in that 5 lakh amount.
So we are not saying that everything is static. What we are saying is that the premium amount is static for 3 years. Next year, we will try to negotiate and find out and add more things. See, for example, what we are saying is that next year we will request them to please add the in-laws to this policy. So now if let's say they agree, for example, that they agree. So of course, those who have already taken, they should also get an option to add their in-laws, no? So
Exactly.
everything will not be stagnant, everything will not be static. Depending on how approvals are given by the insurance company, we will be able to make modifications
Probably,
accordingly.
I guess we can add this point as well, increasing the sum assured also. Along with that, when
So
you
of course, the top up, no, the top up thing, we will be able
Yes.
to do it next year. This year, we have got this 5 lakh wala thing. We will try to get the top up thing next year, definitely. Because
Okay.
we understand that for a family of, 2, 3 may still work, younger ones. But for the older ones, sometimes it will not work in 5 lakhs. So of course, we'll work on that. That is there on the
And
cards.
one more query from my side. So I already have a personal insurance, which is with United India only. So is there any chance of porting that to this thing?
Right
No.
now, no.
So the thing is that if I have to join this one, then I'll be having 2 separate United India policies, right? That's going to be the only
That's
thing.
true. That's true. But you have to also appreciate, please tell us if you can, what is the
Mhm.
premium and what is the amount sum assured that you're currently having on your policy?
So basically, my husband is also an airman. So we two are there, and my kid is there. So for 3 of us, the premium is coming to 11,500 or something, and the sum assured is 4 lakhs over there.
Right. Okay. So, actually, if that is the case, let me come back to self plus spouse plus child and look at the premium amount, which is 11,161, which is similar to your premium, and you are getting 4 lakhs there and you're getting 5 lakhs here. So maybe it would not be a bad idea to look at this one. And eventually, when that one, if you want to keep that, okay. But if you don't want to keep it, you can surrender that one also.
So, like supposingly in a scenario, if I'm keeping both the policies, then the sum assured would be 5 plus 4, right?
Absolutely.
That 5
Yeah.
plus this 4.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it is up to you as to which policy you want to claim first. So example, I need, let's say 6 lakhs for some stuff that has happened. Now, it is up to me as to whether I want to use this one first or I want to use the other one first. So we will have to exhaust one of those policies entirely first and then go to the second one to claim the remaining amount. Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
Right. Okay, I will just continue with where I was. Pre and post hospitalization expenses are capped at 10% of sum insured, that is rupees 50,000. And particularly for cataract surgery, 30,000 rupees per eye is the limit that has been prescribed in our policy document. In fact, not the policy document, but the offer that they, in this particular, the offer that they have given us here, it is very clearly said that 30K per eye is limited for cataract. Okay. Then PPN rates are applicable. It is advised to opt for cashless, which will ensure easy and full claim settlement. In case reimbursement option is absolutely necessary, you will have to inform the hospital about the insurance policy at the time of admission. And policy for inpatient treatment is available for procedures that may be completed in 1 day. So that is possible. But for OPD kind of treatments, it is not available. Okay.
The example for the inpatient treatment is the cataract operation.
Right.
Hi, Richi, this is Umang.
Yeah.
So if my father is 79 years of age today,
79. Lucky
Yeah.
you.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
for example, 79 years of age today, so
Right.
you can take the policy, right? So
Right. So the
what
entry
happens-
limit is 80. Yeah.
Yeah. So what happens next year?
So basically the exit is death. So if my, if I keep continuing to renew my policy for let's say 40 more years, my father, if he's alive for 120 years, he will be covered. The exit is death.
Okay. So even when you're renewing after 3 years, the premium may be slightly higher, but
The premium may vary. Yes.
yeah, maybe slightly higher, lower, whatever. But
Yeah.
after 82, also he'll be able to get covered.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Thanks, appreciate.
Yeah. Okay.
Rishi, I have a question here.
Yeah.
What you mentioned was that,
Can
minimum.
you share your name and batch number, please?
Sorry. I'm Nishi from PRM 70 and located in Gurgaon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please tell.
Yeah. So you said that minimum 1,000 members are required to get this group insurance policy.
This
Right.
policy is not that good. That's why usually people are not subscribing.
Suppose this time,
Right.
They are not customers.
people, and next year, 50 of them.
I'm sorry. Just hold on 1 second, Nishi. I am just going to request to mute. Okay, cool. Yeah, please once again. I got distracted with some noise. Yeah.
Okay. So if 1,000 people join this year and next year 50 people don't renew, so we are left with 950,
That
right?
doesn't matter. It's about the entry thing that we're talking about right now. आगे में कब क्या कैसे करना है वो हम 50 leave, but then it is also possible now that 250 get added because new batch will also come. There'll be others who may want to.
So I had written an email today asking that if I don't want to join this year, but I want to join next year, is it possible? The reply that I got was not possible.
I cannot,
Yeah.
comment on this one. Hitesh, what do you say?
Yeah, no. Next year it will not be. Next year only will be asking the freshers to join.
Okay. All right.
But whenever any corporate takes group policy, employees keep coming and going. So I mean, the total number should remain the same, whatever. I mean, even if the company
See,
expands.
Princey, like the way it has been designed for the affinity group, employee-employee relations are different. This is an affinity group. Because the employee-employee relations are different.
Okay, so which means that those who have already passed out, they have the option of joining only this year. If
Yes.
next year they will not be able to join.
Yeah.
See,
For the
once a
time
human,
being, that is how
always
it has
a-
been designed.
Okay. So, I mean, I think you should check it with the insurance company that, next year, how many students will pass out? Maybe 250, 300. I don't know what is the current batch strength now. But assuming that hardly 20 of them opt for this insurance. Okay. So you still are left with 950 plus 20, 970. I think it's very important to check with the insurance company what happens if the number drops below 1,000 at any given time in future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Made a note of that. We'll check that.
Yeah, Richi Prasann here.
Hey, hi.
Hi. So just one request if you can quickly display the list of exclusions. I think you did not cover that in your presentation.
Yeah, I will. Okay. So, see, we've already shared this document, which is the united document of our term sheet. And along with that, there is one document here. I mean, the second page of this document gives us a little more clarity on the limits per surgery that are given in terms of what kind of surgery and how much is the sum assured that will be given on this particular surgery and what will not be given. So it is clearly given here, there are some very specific surgeries. For example, robotic surgeries, up to 75% of sum insured per policy period for claims involving robotic surgeries, and all that. You can go through it. If there's any specific thing here that you might be looking at, we can maybe figure out.
Maybe
is this-
Prasanna, you can be the brand ambassador for us in the Delhi region.
Nothing of that sort. So is this a standard list that every insurance agency generally follows, more or less, or there is?
See, I'll
anything-
tell you, there is one particular thing which is called as the standard document. I am just going to open that. Just give me a moment. I didn't think that that might be. Okay, just 1 second. Where is that thing?
I mean, I have a couple of policies as well, so I'm familiar that there are standard lists.
Yeah.
But
So there is correct.
in this case, is there anything that we negotiated that certain things should be included, or?
Correct, Anna. See,
Sure.
I do not know what is showing in my screen now. Are you looking
There's a
at
list
the
of 12.
FAQ?
List of 12.
FAQ wala dikh raha hai na? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just share this one also. Please have a look at this. See, we do have a very standard base policy document. It is available on our website also. You can have a look. You can download that also and go through it. It is a 34-pager document. It is a base document from the United India Assurance Insurance Company, where all of it is mentioned. But what happens is that when we get this particular term sheet, which is this one that we are looking at right now, this term sheet, whatever terms are mentioned here, they basically override if there is anything else that is given in the base document. So for example, if you look at that base document, the base document says about 4 years of waiting period and some stuff, something. But for us, it is clearly given that there is 0 waiting period, which means there is a waiting period waiver. We do not have any waiting period in this policy. So this is, if you look at this particular thing, this is exactly what we have negotiated and got with them. Apart from what generally is offered. See, everybody will negotiate according to their affinity group. So if, let's say, an organization is there which has all young employees, so they may want to negotiate it according to that. But we have to cover, like, currently as on today, we have 41 batches that we have to cover. So we've tried to take in and incorporate the best of all the worlds. Does it clarify?
Yeah.
Can you display that limit chart again?
I will.
Yeah.
This one?
Am I audible?
Yeah, we.
Okay, so just to answer sir's question.
Okay, just hold on, Avik. I will just introduce you before you answer that question. Avik is from PRM 35 and he is working in, you're working in which organization, Avik?
IFCO Tokyo.
IFCO Tokyo. Okay, Avik is working with IFCO Tokyo and he is working in the group insurance policies division only. So he has a lot of clarity on how it works, and now he's going to clarify that question for us. Thank you, Avik. Yes, please.
So, sir, so basically what you are seeing is on the screen. These are basically the modern treatment methods. If you do have a corporate policy, either it will be not covered, it will be written specifically, or it will be covered with the limits that are being given here. Just for an example, balloon sinoplasty is covered till 10% and deep brain simulation is covered till 70%. So what we have done is we have found many cases of group insurance policies that there are in the market right now, and we have tried to negotiate one of the best rates. So this modern treatments, the sum insured limits, this you can say is the only the exclusion one. Along with this, the normal exclusion that are there in every policy, like non-payables, which will be the cotton, gauzes,
Consumables.
consumables, these things, these will be an exclusion. And cataract, which is 30,000 per eye, but what our experience is, that should be enough. Because more or less in a standard hospital, 30,000 is more or less. Yes, you do have more, but 30,000 is more or less. So basically, these cases are, you can say, the exclusions or some insured limitations that there are right now. But not to worry, majority of the group policies that are running in our country right now are also having the same. So we have designed our policy based on that.
Sure, thanks. Just a couple of quick questions. One is, I mean, I'm optimistic that we will hit the figure of 1,000. But just in case we don't by 5th of August, what's the plan B, Richie? Are we planning to extend the date? Are we planning to get the number reduced to 500, 600?
सब करेंगे. हमारा hero आज यहाँ नहीं है. Mohan is traveling actually. I think he is just
It's
in
okay.
Dubai right
I
now.
can reply on that.
Yeah. Hitesh.
Person, we are having all the plans. Like we are regularly in touch with the United and on both the issues. And the worst case scenario is like if we can not do any damn thing, then okay, all the premium except for the service charge, the transaction fees, and this LY charges,
Gateway
charges will be deducted, and rest of the money will be transferred back. But I don't see, because I am regularly in touch with the United person who is handling this thing.
That's good to hear. But are we parallelly negotiating anything with them, or we are still?
That is what is going on. No?
Okay, and after the policies are issued and
see, we are also understanding now that when they were comparing with the other institute, their population was huge, and they got to 2,000 or something like that. And then there was someone has overshared data. Like initially we were talking about the 750 only, but during some miscommunication has taken place, we are trying to figure it out where it has gone wrong. The person who has done that same thing in United is on leave right now. So what we said, like, we are still
I
working
remember,
it out.
in fact, initially when the talks were happening, I don't think the figure of 1,000 was on the table.
Yeah, it was around 500 to 750 only. So, but when the data was shared, the survey data was shared, someone became smart without informing us, like, change the number.
I see.
So, but that is that has been communicated to them, United, to the regional manager who is handling that case.
And do you see any role for IAA later on when the policies do get issued? See, and any sort of role? Then
the first role will be with the LV, or the TPA. TPA will be the first. The second will be LY. If they still don't get resolved, I'm sure, like, as a fellow Irmans, we would like to do whatever the best we can do for the people. Like
the fellow Irmans will catch you first. That's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, that is what is happening. Like I know you have a better experience than us.
For grievance redress, any kind of general issues.
Anyway, I'll call you after the. Since morning, I was thinking of calling you for some other reasons. But today, we should have a call after 9:30 or so. Okay.
Sure. Welcome.
My concern about this entire policy is the sublimit part. For example, it's written in the that list that you just shared. oral chemotherapy, bronchial chemotherapy, the limit is 15 or 20% and up to a maximum of 2 lakhs. Now, in case of say stage 3, stage 4 cancer, 2 lakhs is nothing. I mean, I think that is one part which you should negotiate, that if the total sum insured is 5 lakh rupees, whatever is the disease, I mean, you can say that consumables cannot exceed say 10%. But chemotherapy is the main treatment in case of cancer. They cannot put a limit to that.
May I know your name and batch number, please?
I just told Nishi, PRM 17, based out of Gurgaon.
See, the Princey, like, this is the best we could do it. There's no further negotiation possible on this. I'm sure, like, you'll appreciate that the premium what we have negotiated with the amount we have negotiated is not matchable by anyone else.
Not really, because I have a policy from Max Bupa where it is 15 lakhs for 3 members, the family floater policy, and we are paying roughly 15 to 16,000 rupees per head per annum. Okay, so this one is 5 lakhs and that one is 15 lakhs. This one is the premium is.
I'm sure you had a PED and entry time.
Sorry.
You were asked for the medical checkup or pre-existing disease were excluded.
Yeah, there was an exclusion for the first 2 years.
I completed my sentence on that.
Okay.
If we go for the 2-year exclusion, I'm sure like we can do much better, but we are not interested in that because then the people whose parents are getting old and they will not get the chance to enter.
Yeah, okay, understood.
Also, one more thing, Nishi.
See, everybody has to find the positives and negatives. I'm
Right.
only requesting the people like, okay, look at what we have achieved
No, that's
and
fine.
please support.
So let me come in here. This is I'm her batchmate Nishi. So I used to head HDFC ERGO's rural and business insurance. So Nishi, I think as a group policy, I feel this is unmatchable. I just wanted to endorse that. And the fact that entry age being 80, because I come from the insurance background. So what we have to probably also look, because I myself have 2 insurances, one from corporate and one my retail. But since I will basically transfer my retail one, I will let it lapse and come in here. So I just wanted to endorse what Hitesh was saying.
Thanks, but my point over here is like I'm happy that many people are now coming who has experience in the industry. We are looking for lots of support and we are still looking for lots of support to achieve our objective. Please support us and
See, this is all about, discussing whatever is there so that, we can take an informed decision.
no, I don't say.
No,
see,
no,
Princey, like,
absolutely.
please
As a
understand.
retail,
We
Nishi,
are
you will
only
be
discussing.
as a retail, there might be more attractive features, so once in a while, Star
But
Health or something.
Ayan, as far as the retail consumer is concerned, people have informed me that their premiums have almost doubled also in certain cases.
No,
in
absolutely,
the span of
absolutely. So
1 to
that's
2
why, I
years.
mean, it's
So
an
we are not
apple and
talking about,
yeah, it's an apple and orange comparison. I'm just saying,
Correct.
because here
Absolutely.
it's a group policy. We are looking at a whole range of people, younger people, older people,
Right.
parents. So it's basically not very converse. I mean,
And
it's
see,
not-
when we say कि यार आपने कीमो में 2 लाख का ही लिमिट डाला हुआ है, तो उसका ये मतलब है कि मेरे को पता है मेरे को कीमो कराना है, जैसे ही पॉलिसी लूंगी मैं जाके पहले कीमो कराऊंगी, मेरे को पॉलिसी क्यों देगा यार? So what we are trying to say is that we've tried to include everyone, but we cannot actually kind of say कि यार आपने कीमो में इतना कम डाल दिया है, इसमें ज्यादा डाल दो, है ना?
No,
Nishi?
that's an underwriter's call. Actually, the underwriter looks at the whole thing and
Right.
then decides. So the sublimits cannot be tweaked because that's on the quote is based on the sublimits and all.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
so I'm
absolutely.
sure after 3 years they will look at the profitability of the account and then decide what.
I think like rather like I'm assuring you I'm sure like the next time we'll have more volunteers to support us on this cause and negotiate better for the top up. We are anyway starting negotiation for the top up very soon. As soon as we complete it, for the next year top up, we'll negotiate. And the amount of the top up amount you pay and the coverage you get is totally disproportionate to what we are doing now.
I think
Really much
co-payment
higher.
is also not there, which is also very important because there is no co-payment.
Correct. There's no co-payment. Correct.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
My name is Sudarshan from PRM 25. Actually, I have a
Sorry?
query. Sudarshan from PRM 25.
Yeah. Yeah, Sudarshan.
Yesterday, I tried to log in and subscribe to that. Okay. But in our policy document, it says self, spouse, and 2 children is 11,611.
Okay.
But while I was subscribing to that, it was showing 11,161, which is actually self, spouse, and 1 child, I think. So I got a doubt and then I discontinued from that. So since there is a call today, I thought of clarifying my doubt.
So see, when we look at our term sheet, okay, I will just quickly share that once again. See, the term sheet very clearly mentions certain specific things that they have given. So they've given self as itna.
Please, I think I have not made it clear. See, while I was subscribing to that, it did not show 11,611. It showed only 11,161. Self, spouse,
Okay.
and 2 children.
Correct. So it's 11,161 only, na?
It must
It's
show.
11,161.
I think it must show 11,611. In the FAQ sheet, it is 11,611 for self, spouse, and 2 children.
Okay. I think yeah, this is a misprint typo error here. It's going to be the same. It's 11,161. Yeah.
Fine, then I will continue.
Yeah.
For that query, I have joined this.
Yeah. Okay.
For the extra child, doesn't it increase?
No. So like I said, see, when we look at this term sheet, no, they have given very clearly that self is itna, spouse, self plus spouse is itna, self, spouse, 2 children itna. So, you know, whatever permutation combination you make, you will be end up paying one of these amounts only. It will not, see, if let's say I take self plus 2 dependent parents and I don't take spouse, then also the amount will be 18,398. In fact, one of our alums did this today. उन्होंने self plus spouse लिया और उन्होंने बोला मुझे spouse नहीं चाहिए, मुझे सिर्फ parents को add करना है. Then I actually explained to him कि see, even if you are taking self plus spouse plus 2 parents, the amount will be the same if you take self plus 2 parents. So it's better that you add her also in the list. Why remove her? Basically, we somehow think कि हम आदमी कम कर देंगे तो हमारा amount कम हो जाएगा. But the policy is designed in such a way that certain groups are payable in that particular amount. If you remove 1 or 2 people from it, it will not make much of a difference. Did you understand?
Richi, Amit side from PRM 25.
Yeah, ma'am.
Can you also help with us the claim process for the cashless? Because in the FAQ it's written that currently we don't have a TPA, right? And it has to be done through an app. How will the entire process work out? Can you just help with that?
So see, we are in the process of yeah, Hitesh.
Amit, we are in process of finalizing the TPA. We are just waiting like what sort of geographical distribution we are having with the stakeholders. But 99% chances that we are going to go ahead with the Vedat.
Okay.
So
okay, we are not.
Yeah, so once we finalize on the just a moment, can I just complete this one? So once we finalize on the TPA, then we'll let you know, and we'll also share the list of hospitals and everything that will actually help you figure out how to go ahead with the cashless and all that. And the other point that I wanted to make here was that we have 2 particular documents on cashless as well as reimbursement claims procedures That I will share on, I've already shared on some of the groups. I will share it again with your batch representatives or the people in your batches, so that you all will be able to refer to the procedures that are there. Does that clarify, Amit?
Yes, sure.
Okay,
Hi, Richi,
yeah.
this is Umesh, PRM 27, Gurgaon.
Hey,
So
Umesh.
you should actually also, for the benefit of the larger group, you please explain proportionate clause, because I think it is important, for the group to understand that.
The proportionate clause. Hitesh?
Or I can explain. I can explain. That's not an issue.
Okay. Do you
So
want me to
proportionate
open the
clause is that,
document?
if you proportionate clause is that if you take a room which is, more than the capped amount, then, all of your medical and test expenses will be reduced as per the proportion. Though 10,000 is a very generous, room rent cap. But, for example, if you decide to go for a 12,000 room cap, 12,000 room per day, then, it is 20% higher than your cap. So all of your expenses will be reduced by 20%. Medicine, blood tests, everything. That is, I think it is important for the group to understand.
But then in any case, you will not be given more than 10%, 10,000 rupees. That's also important to understand.
Yeah, but at the same time, all the expenses of the medicines and the test will, and even the doctor fees and everything will be reduced by 20%. So that 20% will not be approved. If you go for a 12,000 room.
Okay. Where is this clause written, Umesh? Is it written in our term sheet?
Yeah. Proportionate clause, the first clause is there. If you see, if you open it, just below the, I think second or third line is there. Proportionate clause applies.
Okay, just hold on.
But it is very standard in all the insurance. See, it is ICU 4% below ICU.
Proportionate clause to apply. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but it is very common everywhere. It is there. Don't worry about it. It is not a new clause, but it is there. Don't worry.
No, thanks, Umesh, for getting it.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, I'm not an insurance person. I'm more of a marketing
We are,
person.
don't
That's
worry.
why you see me here.
We are. Don't worry.
Okay, cool.
I mean, but it's a wonderful policy. Everyone should endorse it. I have enrolled myself and whole family. Everyone should do this.
Sure.
Wanted to make sure that I have understood it correctly. What this proportionate clause means is that suppose I have taken, suppose my total hospitalization bill is 5 lakh rupees, and I have taken a room worth 15,000 rupees. Insurance company will pay me only 10,000 rupees per day, but my medical and other expenses will be reduced by 50%. Does it mean it? I mean, have I understood it correctly, or there's some understanding?
I mean, yes, but by 2/3, not by 50%, because 10,000 is 2/3 of 15,000.
Yeah, so see, if I have taken a room worth 15,000 rupees, in any case, insurance company is not paying me additional 5,000 rupees. I am paying it from my pocket. Okay. I just want to understand what is the reason behind deducting from other expenses, which are which might be within their limits. They have prescribed for consumables or medicines or doctor visit, everything, whatever happens in hospital.
This is a general practice in insurance, health insurance. This is a very general practice in health insurance. So everything is linked to your room rent cap. Very frankly. I mean, it is not particular here. I mean, this is a very general practice in health insurance.
Just to add to Sir's point, what the hospitals are doing nowadays, we are seeing is, for example, if you take a rupees 10,000 bed, you will be charged, for example, say a kidney test or a USG test. You will be charged, for example, 50,000. But if you take a rupees 20,000 bed or in a deluxe room, or what we call in the insurance parlance, you will be charged another extra 1 lakh. So they are having actually differential rates for different beds.
In fact, you would be surprised to know, the doctor in a normal ward will charge 500 rupees per visit. In a deluxe ward, he will charge 700 rupees. In a higher category room, the same doctor, the charges for the same doctor will be 1,000 rupees, so on and so forth. So in fact, hospitals has linked it to the room cap, room rent. Everything is now linked to room rent in the hospitalization also.
Should be very careful while choosing the room. That is the gist of the story.
But 10,000 is very generous. Even if you
I
take
think so.
if you take a single room in, let us say, Fortis in Gurgaon, it is more or less on the same level. 10,000 is around the same. But if you take a sharing room with two occupants, this is like 6,000 rupees. So everything will be covered.
So this is PRN 17 again. So just clarifying further, these are known as associated medical expenses as proportionate clause. And if my memory serves correct, IIT has given a guideline where diagnostics, implants, I think these two and one more, I forget, they are not part of associated medical expense. So the proportionate clause does not apply there, but the rest of all the sublimits it applies.
Maybe somebody can check from United whether diagnostics and implants are also have the proportionate clause or
Maybe
not.
after some time we'll
Hitesh, your voice is breaking up.
You are not audible, Hitesh.
Sometime we'll have all the elements in insurance business to have
Hitesh, your voice is sir. Hitesh, your voice is not coming
together and
properly.
go
Hitesh,
through it so that the next time onwards we get a good bidder.
Hitesh, we could
We'll
not hear
try
you
to have a get
properly. Can
together
you
or
please
a
come back again? We could not hear you at all, Hitesh. Can you please come back again?
we'll try to organize a chat for all the
You are not audible, Hitesh ji, please.
business for getting a better clarity and better negotiation next time.
I guess he's traveling, therefore there is a problem.
Yeah.
Is it better now?
Let's move on. Nah? I think somebody else can take up a question and respond.
Okay, I do not know what was he trying to say apart from this particular diagnostic and implants wala question. So if I understood bits pieces of what he's saying, this currently we will try to find out, and if there's anything else that needs to be done in terms of this particular thing, we will take it up next year when we are negotiating further on that one. But this year's we can just find out and confirm with them. Acha, so basically, I think he must be in a patch where police has put jammers, so his signal is not coming properly. I think he'll come back as soon as he comes out of that area. Okay. Any other question that we can look at here?
Vikram from PRM 29 this side. I'm based in Delhi. Hi, Richie. Just wanted to ask specific clause on the hospital where the patient could be admitted because people will be spread across country in this case. So,
see, basically,
if there
what
is any clause,
happens?
please tell us.
Yeah. So once we finalize on the TPA now, see every TPA, which is a third party administrator, they will have their list of hospitals with whom they will have cashless tie-ups. So if let's say I go to a hospital, which is in that list, I can do a cashless transaction there. But in case I go to a place which is not having a tie-up with that particular TPA, what we can do is that we will get the treatment done, make the payment, and then submit all the documents to the organization or the insurance company for a reimbursement. I will share both the documents which will talk about the procedure which is to be followed in case of cashless as well as non-cashless, and I will share it with you. But once we finalize on the TPA, then we will be able to give you the details on the hospitals, the locations, the areas, everything. Did I answer the question?
Yeah, thanks, Richie.
Richie, I have a question. So basically, in some of those insurance policies, there is a clause like this, like, if you are going claim free for 2 to 3 years, then thereafter they'll be reimbursing the expenses for the complete medical diagnostic test and all. Do we have anything like that in this?
So, what we have right now is a no frills policy. Okay. No frills means that
Nothing extra.
yeah, basically what happens, see, for 3 years the premium is fixed, which means the premium doesn't go up, which also means that the premium doesn't come down. Okay, that's number one. Number two is that we do not have an air ambulance, or we do not have all those fancy pastries coming to be served to us. So we do not have that, and which also means what you are asking for, कि 2 साल हमने नहीं लिया, 3 साल नहीं लिया, तो क्या मिलेगा? Right now, no. This is a plain vanilla policy, negotiated so that we get the best of all the worlds, basically. And this is what we have right now.
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
We are flying Indigo, not Vistara business class. In time and every time. I hope you can take that way my answer.
One more question, Richie. I'm in touch with a few people who are facing issues with logging on to the website.
Right.
I hope somebody is taking care of that as well.
I am, and I have sorted it out for most of the people. Is there anybody in particular that you feel that has not been taken care of?
I'll direct them to you.
Yeah, sure. Please let me
Just
know.
one more thing from Umesh once again. I think Richie, you should also clarify for the benefit of the larger group the PPN rates. I mean, what are the rates, and how many how much rates have been negotiated with the hospitals. Though I know that this will come after TPA is enrolled, but I think just for the sake of benefit of the larger group, you should also discuss it with the United and put it in the public domain. What are the
So
PPN rates?
like you said, right now we do not have that information, because that will be given to us once we have the TPA in place, and also once our policy is issued. I think Hitesh would like to clarify further on this one.
Yeah, now I can see. The problem is, like, right now we are not in position to commit to the insurance how many proposals will be had on the table. So normally I say that negotiation is done with a point of strength, and that is the reason we have been requesting everyone give us some more strength so that we can negotiate better.
I mean, I'm not sure, because other than, only one thing is constant in group health is that is CGHS rate, which used to be there for some time ago. But other than that, I think most of the insurance companies have very standard PPN rates applicable. And I think our policy will have also the similar rates. So, maybe,
Umesh, I really wish that at least like the numbers, what they want, if we had that number on the table.
Sure.
I really request everyone, because the people who have it, they can also, like, sometimes in distress we are supporting our friends and colleagues. Then at least we can take a policy like this, so that our initiative on this can start off at least. Like.
Sure. But maybe as soon as the TPA is decided and everything is there, then we can also publish PPN rates also.
Yeah, we'll certainly do it. We'd like to keep everything transparent.
Sure.
Rather, we have been more than transparent.
No. Yes, you have been.
After, like, this is 4 year months, and by the year months,
I mean, I think people from insurance industry have completely endorsed this, this policy. Those who belong to insurance industry, including myself. So, and we are trying our level best to convince more and more people. In fact,
But
today I
please
think
put it on IRMA, Ilmuni, and where like we are getting very, very surprising questions. Sometimes we don't, we very uncomfortable question, like basic questions, like it becomes very
okay, well,
difficult.
I'll put there also. I'll put there also. But today, I think from our batch, more than 10 people have bought this policy, if I'm not wrong.
For that matter, like Umesh, I can
11 people.
proudly
11
say
people are there today. Yes.
from our batch, we had a batch of 42, and out of 42, 4 have gone, and balance 26 people have opted for it.
Very
It's
good.
only because people have believe that what I'm saying, we are trying hard, they are supporting us. I'm sure at my age, in my batch, almost everybody is covered more than enough.
Yes, yes, yes.
So where do we get the batch statistics?
And we have that data. We are not publishing.
No,
But
no, we should
if anybody
actually.
requires,
Then we get into more action. We get more.
we are trying to do that. That is the reason I'm saying we have got it. Like rather today onwards, like I've been talking to another few other friends. Like if they don't want to have it, at least they can sponsor the people who cannot afford it. At least today I got 3 endorsements who are willing to support anyone who is not willing, who is not in position to pay right now. Maybe like we'll have to work it out something like so that.
Yeah, so like Hitesh said, what we are doing is that we just wanted to make you cognizant of the fact that there are people who are willing to support somebody who may not have the bandwidth right now, and this will be done completely in confidence. Confidentiality will be maintained, and please do let us know, reach out to any one of us whom you trust, and let us know about that person who would want it, and we would execute the procedure in confidence with them. Right? I
Any
believe
further
you all
questions?
are aware of the number that we reached till today. And we are looking at reaching more in the coming 3 days, because today is 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. We are doing batch-wise meetings. We are doing group-wise meetings. We are trying to take care of all suggestions that are coming our way. We'll be very happy to take and implement any suggestions that you all are offering. And if you need any more information, please do reach out at any point in time. We are happy to clarify. If you still have any questions, please shoot. We are happy to resolve them now.
I appreciate Richie and Hitesh for taking time out. Thanks.
Thanks, Ayan. Welcome. And join us in this noble cause.
No, I subscribed the first day. So being an insurer.
No, join, matlab, convincing others, like when the people from
that
the
I'm
industry,
already doing. I'm already doing. I'm sending
see,
my
why I'm
testimony.
sharing, like initially Prasanna is here in the call. Initially we thought like the people from the junior batch should be the target ones. And surprisingly, the people from the junior batch are the least interested. They are not coming forward. I don't know. We are really baffled on that. We require support.
I think the claim ratio can be balanced if they participate more. We are more worried about.
It's not a question of claim ratio. Actually, like I say, this can be the best gift these young people can give to their parents.
You know, when I joined my first job, I was so excited because Infosys offered this group policy and all that. And, I went and told my father, see, this is something that we can use. And we've used on various occasions, either mine or my sister's policy for our parents. So it is something really exciting. And, it makes much more sense when you are in your initial phases of career, because that is something very, novelty is there, that we are in a position now to get something for our parents. It's really exciting.
Rishi, hi.
Yeah.
I'm Meghna from PRM 27. I'm calling from Indore. And first of all, I would like to thank you and the team for taking this up. I mean, you guys have brought out the best possible plan, and I appreciate it. And we are trying on our end to convince people to take it up. But, sometime back there was a discussion going on in this forum itself that, because being an affinity group, people who enroll this year would only be able to take it up. Next year, newer members would be targeted. So I think this is one point that we need to highlight more, because, most of the members, I don't think everybody is aware, and maybe people are under the impression that, let's see how this works and maybe we'll take it up next year. Just to increase on the count, I'm suggesting that maybe we could clarify this point specifically.
Yeah, so in certain cases, what happens is कि जब तक कोई पूछता नहीं है, there certain of these things we see. It is not ये मेरे घर का तो है नहीं कि मैं बोलूँ भाई अभी लेना है तो ले लो, नहीं तो बाद में मिलेगा नहीं. So this is more like an arrogant information that I don't want to pass on unless somebody asks about it. But जो fact है वो तो है, क्योंकि I mean I think you would understand what I'm trying to say कि मैं पहले ही communication में अगर ये बोलूँ कि भाई देखो अगले साल नहीं मिलेगा तो गलत हो जाता है.
बिल्कुल नहीं agreed. I think that, these YouTube sessions that you've uploaded, these help a lot, I believe, because people who are not able to attend the session here, they can go through the link and listen to the major questions maybe. So if we could, do something like combining or compiling a list of the key questions that have been asked and, publishing a list, maybe people could come through this information there.
So that's what we did for the first FAQ that we had released. And then, those were very standard questions that we were coming across. And now, after that, when you read that, then you get into, you want to double click and dig a bit deeper, then yes, that's perfectly fine. We will try. But I think one more thing that I would like to say here to your suggestion is that I hope you appreciate that we also have full-time jobs and work that needs to be taken care of. आज 1 घंटा डांट पड़ी है मेरे senior से, 1 घंटा, believe me, 1 hour, and he told me that you have stopped, you have lost interest in work, and I was shocked. I said, God, if this is what it is coming to, I told Hitesh, यार थोड़ा time तो काम करने दो यार, पूरे time IAA में लगी हुई हो. लोग भी सोचेंगे वेली है इसलिए करती रहती है.
I just reached home after like 12 hours or 13 hours.
So yeah, I mean we are doing the best we can. Please appreciate कि हम 4 घंटे सो रहे हैं दिन में. मोहन तो उससे भी कम सोते हैं. But अब इससे ज्यादा हम क्या कर सकते हैं, हम कर रहे हैं.
Okay, I understand completely. I already appreciate the amount of work all of you are putting in. We'll try and do our best. Maybe we could
Yeah.
this information
In fact,
on our batch groups and all.
Meghna, in fact, we call upon people and volunteers to help us. We already have, couple of people like Atul and Anshul from PRM 22 who are supporting us in some of the content preparation. I personally have received multiple messages from people, which we are actually using in our communications and in answering questions and queries, Like yesterday, we had a call with the younger batches and we did make some of those points because हर किसी के लिए वो focus of thing अलग हो जाता है कि मुझे ये क्यों लेनी चाहिए ये policy. So it's more about the target audience that I'm looking at, and I would really appreciate if you can pull out some time and share anything that comes to your mind. I'll be happy to incorporate it in my communication coming henceforth.
Sure. Thank you.
I will be sharing it with you, Richi. No, sure.
Great, Umesh. Thank you so much.
At least, in our batch, we are trying that, we will answer the questions of everyone. So it will not come to you. I don't think that it will come to you, but we are trying that.
जो है वो forward कर दो. I mean कोई बहुत अलग से rocket science नहीं कर रहा मेरे लिए.
We will answer it. We will answer it.
Generally लोग क्या कर रहे हैं कि जो अच्छे points उनको मिल रहे हैं वो मुझे forward कर देते हैं. And then I, share it with people. I put it on the communication. ऐसे हम लोग कर रहे हैं.
I think just one more point to add. I think somebody was talking about, caps on sublimits. Best answer to that query is to go for even for a retail top up also. So, if you go for a small top up for yourself, it will cost you some 5,000 rupees for like 5 lakh rupees or more than that also. That will not cost you more, but that will solve a lot of problems. If somebody really needs, higher medical expenses.
Correct. Some of my batchmates have actually made their top-ups up to 1 CR.
Yes, 50 lakhs is very common nowadays in insurance industry. We have seen 50 lakh top up very common.
Yeah, yeah.
Even I myself has a top up of, for my parents, I have a top up of more than 10 lakh rupees.
Right. Fair enough.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So do we have any more questions or suggestions? Okay. If we do not have, I would like to close this call now. I would share the recording as soon as it is available. And please do reach out to me. Please ask people to reach out to me as much as they want. I may be delayed in answering because sometimes I'm also tied up, but please be assured that I will try to answer as much as possible. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate all your support.
Thank you, everyone.
Hitesh, Swami, Hitesh, Swami, Amit, please can you show your faces once? All of us, Avik, they are all from our team. Avik is supporting us, and Hitesh, Swami, Amit, we are a part of the executive committee of the IAA. Thank you all for joining us now. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.